What is up, everybody? It is me, Makai, back here with another video. I'm sorry I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, but it's been kind of busy, and I didn't make that much videos when I was back at my uncle's and aunt's. So, today's video is a tackle review of, because when I went to Uncle Bobby's and my uncle and my aunt, I got a ton of fishing stuff, and I'm going to show you. Here we go. So, yeah, my fishing rod was, I broke my fishing rod, and this is all I have, but this, I'll work on it later, and maybe and my dad said that he'll get me a new one. But, yeah. This is my rod that I used for my giant pole I posted on YouTube. It's nice. This is a agility. This is an agility pole. AG30 pole. Works pretty good. Now let's begin with all the tackle that we have. And our first tackle box is the mini selections, which is just a bunch of small ones. Like right here we have a little jig head. You got a little jig head with a little swim bait on it. And for the second bait, we have a very nice little minnow imitation of a bait right there. And then for our next bait, I have right here is, I don't know the exact name of these, but gonna close in on that. It's very good. It's just I haven't used them that much. And right here we have one of the same kinds of those. This is a fuzztail of a pink fuzztail with the white salmon part that you would use for the catch trout and salmon with the jig on it. And I got some bobbers. And right here, oops, I have this spinnerbait, and I put this jig head on it with swim bait, and it, let's just I put my hand over that right there. It's pretty nice. It's pretty big, and it's caught a few bass before. And then this perch bait I've caught multiple fish on as the imitation of a yellow perch. Let's get a look on that. And it doesn't have both of its eyes because this is so old and they got chopped off and everything. Next bait right here we have a crankbait. I think this is a crankbait / something with the spinner. This works really good. I've tried it a lot before and it is phenomenal. Then right here we have basically the same yellow one, but this one's a silver jig head with swim bait body, and I have some weights in here like these there. And in here I got some extra ready to fish backup hooks, which are really good, and I have an unhooker. This is my starter collection of baits. Starter collection, like backup one. Now, the big one that we're gonna show might take 2 parts of a video, but let's get started with it. So I'm gonna move it over here, and I'm gonna open it up. And as you can see right here, it has a bunch of shelves with a bunch of baits. And I will show you all the baits. This is my dad's one of favorite baits is a jig head with swim bait body, and the hook kind of got messed up right there when it fell off. because on the trip back here it fell off when I looked in there, so I had to fix that, and that's good. And then this one right here, also that bait I just showed you was really good. This bait right here is a crawfish. My guess is like a gulp crawfish bait. Looks about it, like it has the same colors and techniques and everything. But just take a look. Yeah, hold on. So yeah, and then there's this minnow body that I got from a bunch of swim bait, like this stuff that I got from a fishing tournament. Don't really work that well, I'm telling you that right now. And this, it doesn't have any hook on it. I can just hold it in my hand like that. And yeah, that's that. I've never used it before, so I don't know how good it is. And then, like I just showed you, I have all these little baits that are actually really bad in my opinion, because I've never used them. But who knows? I'll try them maybe later, and maybe later when I save enough to get a GoPro and I have my computer set up, I'll be able to do some GoPro fishing. But here is a top water frog that is really good by the looks of it, but it's very old because I don't know if you see the hook on there, but it's like really rusty. They're very rusty. And this is like an old bait, so how it would work is if a fish came by and it were to chomp down on this like this, on the frog, when he would bring it down, the hook would go into the mouth and it would be right here on the lip. If that's how it would went. Or if it was on the side, like it did a side bite like this. Like this. Or it would go up like that. It would have to maneuver its body to actually get a hold on it and swallow it. And it would eat. And how you would do this is a further jig like that in the water. But I cannot show you it because I don't have any water, like ponds or anything. So yeah, that's that. That's that. And then we have more perch baits and more bluegill baits. And these are some scissors I had. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So, one day I was fishing and I hooked myself in the leg. And the scar is really good. Here, I'll see. I don't know if any of you guys can see that, but ouch, just poked myself with scissors. I don't know if you can see it, but the scar I got was right here, where my finger is. Right next to it is where I got hooked. Yeah, you can see the scar. And I had stitching and everything, and the doctors were so like crazy with it and everything. And I just just get the barb out already. And I was crying. I mean, it's a hook in your leg. Who wouldn't cry about a hook in your head? Like if you were only 10 years old. Then we have here is a giant swim bait, pike bait or muskie. You could use this for muskie, pike, or even saltwater if you would really want to try. And it's pretty good. I've never used it before, but the looks of it and how many marks it has on it, it looks pretty good. So now we're on the second shelf of all my tackle. And our first bait here is not a swim bait, but it's I don't know what these are. Oh, it's a rattle. This is a rattle bait. I don't know exactly what rattle baits are called. But this is used for saltwater, and you could use it also for more pike. And let me just take a look on that. Take a close look at those hooks. 3 barbed hooks, all into one formation of a hook. Then in here we have all these messed up parts of baits. Like this is a broken jig head and butts of the fishtails, and we also have another front of a jig head right there. And so yeah, that's my messed up broken box little area. And then we have here is this giant, what is it? This giant bait right here. It works pretty good. I mean, I've gotten a lot of hits with this the one day I used it, and it was like so clear in the water that when this came by, I guess a little bass like that big thought it was like a snake or something or a giant worm and struck at it, and he had it, and when I yanked it up, he broke it off because his mouth wasn't on the hook. It was like right here, biting on and bringing it away. So yeah, put that right there. And then this we have a caterpillar bait, which I think is gonna suck. I think it sucks really bad, in my opinion. Then we have here a bunch of spinner baits that are huge, and I have so many of them. It's like red, white, and there's red, blue, and yellow ones. That's all of them. And then in here we have some baits. And this is another part that's broken for this bait, which I thought this bait is really cool. Here, let me get a shot with the eye on it. There's the eye. I thought this bait is really cool, and this is where you put the string on, right there. You can even see string. And if you would just have to super glue it in like that. But it don't really work now because it's broken, and that's still in a broken box. And this is still like this, but it's a pretty cool bait. I haven't caught anything on it, but I've had one bite on it, and it was like when we were at a very deep trench thing. It's supposed to imitate a shad bait. Oh, some of my favorite fishing channels are Extreme Philly Fishing, and One Rod One Lure, and Lunkers, and John B. I'll put a description to all those people in the link, and I'll put a link of all those people in the description. And here's our next bait. We got a nice crankbait that is fairly good. I haven't used it that much, but it's pretty good. Here, let me get it. See? And I wonder, I've asked my dad what this black stuff was on it, and he had never answered me, so. Yeah. Then we have in here our little jig heads, baits, and right here, the first one that we have has a little trout bait on it with the jig head. I have never used it, but my guess it looks pretty good because people just like at koi ponds, they just throw in these things and they bang them really good. And then in here we have a black, a yellow, and an orange one of those. And in here we have this topwater skipper. I think that's what it's called. Topwater skipper. It's really good. My dad's caught a lot of fish on it, but when I used it, I got like mad at it first because you have to reel and like make it go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it got me really mad. So yeah, that's a spinnerbait, and we only have 2 minutes left, almost 1 minute left to it. So I think on the bottom one where I have some pretty cool lures like crappie baits and all of that, I think we're gonna show the rest of it. And then I have a bunch of all this other stuff on the bottom, which I'll still need to show you guys. So I think we're just going to end it off here, and I'll make a part 2 to this video. So make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Also, I'll put a link in the description for Extreme Philly Fishing, One Rod, One Reel, John B, and Lunkers. Those guys are awesome, okay? They have really good fishing videos, and they're like the top best fishing video. Oh, and blacktip. That's a good show because they catch a bunch of stuff. And yeah, and I'll just show you one more bait. Is one of the spinner baits. If I can get it off. This is what giant spinner baits. Look at the size of that hook. But yeah. That's it for you guys. Like, subscribe, put a description for everybody. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.